Alrighty. It says we're live, but we must check.
We must check.
We must check, sir.
All units stand by.
If there's any units.
There's always units.
There's always units. It
And
says we're live.
And we have one watching.
Super H.
Super H.
Thank you for coming by, my man.
And yes, you are right.
We are
Ken
live.
Bam the man. We are live. What is up, everybody?
What is up, guys?
Good morning. Actually, wait, reverse that.
It's 12:40.
Good afternoon. It is 12:40 Tuesday. Happy Taco Tuesday, everybody. What is going on? It is the Gamer and the Dad podcast.
Taco Tuesday. That's LeBron James's day. He likes going on Taco Tuesdays.
Yeah, but he didn't invent Taco Tuesday.
Yeah, that's true.
Taco Tuesday's been around forever, dude.
That is very
Matter of
true.
fact, the Mexicans invented Taco Tuesday.
That is very true. Dad's popping facts. Now, guys, as you guys know, our setup is a little different today because we actually have two different microphones this time because
We're rich now. What are you talking about?
But
the mics might not match, but we have two mics.
Yeah.
Sup.
But as you guys know, so this is the mic right here that my dad's using, and that's the one we've been using since we started our podcast. We kind of much like we shared it pretty much.
Yes.
Now we have our own. So if you guys are watching, let us know how the audio is. I do have the audio adjustments on the bottom, so in case it's too loud or too low, just let me know and I'll be able to edit that because we're always looking at chat.
Yes.
We're always checking out.
Always.
Anybody asking questions or anybody just having a good time on this lovely Tuesday afternoon.
That's right.
Here in Southern California. It might be evening wherever you're at. It might be you're just waking up right now.
Nothing wrong with that.
That's nothing wrong with that. But Dad, you want to open up to anything before we start? 'Cause
Yeah.
I know you haven't been on for a little bit.
I know. I know. I'm the one that always messes it up. I'm sorry, guys. It's always me with the schedule, but I'm glad to be back with this guy right here, Ken Bam the man. It is, again, the Gamer and the Dad podcast. What number are we on, dude?
39.
39.
Almost a 40.
I know. We're a little behind, though. We could have been way higher than that, but we're getting there. We're back. Thank you guys so much for joining. You guys are always showing the love. Everybody's on the chat right now. Thank you so much. We got Sora or Sarah? Sora the Hedgehog, Moonlight, Daniela, Super H, Amina, Daniela, everybody on there. Thank you guys so much for jumping on and showing the love, as you guys always do. Remember to subscribe, bell for notifications.
Speaking of subscribe,
hit a like. I know, dude. I know. Do you want to say something about that?
we hit 6,000 subscribers recently, guys.
Yeah, baby.
This is all done by you guys. You guys have been supportive. All the new people that are coming in as well. This is pretty much the channel day in and day out. Making comic stuff, doing podcasts with Dad, gaming stuff as well. This is what we do the whole time. And
Yes.
the fact that you guys are coming in and, subscribing, liking, discovering, because, YouTube does like, recommend for you thing and just find me out there. Either way, the way you find out, it's always nice that we have new people coming in because people want to watch stuff, right?
That's right.
People want to watch
That's
stuff.
right. And we always say that we love the love and support. Obviously, it means a lot. Honestly, we always say it. We didn't start this to make money or get rich or anything like that. We just did it just to spend some time together, father and son, and have fun. Have you guys laugh with us or laugh at us, preferably.
Yeah.
But it's a great time, and we're just happy to do it, and we are happy to know that you guys enjoy it, and you guys support. So thank you guys so much for that. It's awesome, and so here we are.
Here
Again,
we
dude.
are. We are here, ladies and gents. Everyone's here. Hey, man. Okay, my chat just loaded up. You sound a bit loud. All right, let me change that a bit. I got you. See? Engineer over here.
That's
on
right.
Top of it.
Top engineer right here.
Thank you for telling me that, Super H. See it? Gotta trust the chat here. Nice job.
Daniela the Hedgehog says,
me in Germany. It's nighttime for me. See, I told you.
she's in Germany?
Yeah,
Wow.
I told you.
That's awesome. We're international, baby.
We are. Yo, Cameron, I made a shout out for you actually. Did a favor for you, dude. Hopefully your channel will grow more. Also, my channel will grow later on, which will happen probably until next month. Well, thank you, Sora. I really appreciate the shout out and everything like that, or whatever you think to support the channel, pretty much. That's very fun of you. Super H says, and your Sony video, wow, it got 100,000 views. Wow. Yeah, well, it grows over time. kind of goes over.
Yeah, you're being a little modest here, but let me say it. Okay.
Okay.
So proud of this guy right here, guys. As well, everybody should be. This guy's amazing. I don't know if you guys have had a chance. I'm sure everybody watching here has watched it a couple times, but the dubs that this guy is a part of and co-creating and voicing and stuff like that, they're amazing. I mean, the last couple of ones he's brought out has 50, 60, 70,000 views already. Like they said right now, some of them have over 100,000 views. That is amazing, dude. You're doing an awesome job, baby. You're awesome, dude. Mm-hmm. And I hope everybody's been watching them and enjoying them and showing the support on that side of it. It's incredible what this guy's doing. So thank you guys for showing him the support on that. It's amazing. Those things are awesome, dude.
Yeah,
they're awesome. You did a great job on them. You do a really good job on them.
All right, guys. But now that the greetings are over, shall we get to some topics? Shall we?
Topics. I love topics.
Yes. Who doesn't love topics?
Shoot it, dude.
For a podcast.
Shoot the first one.
So, the big one, and this was a news that I didn't know was going to happen. So there's two movies that recently came out. One was Mortal Kombat, and the other one was Demon Slayer, which was a movie made in Japan, but it made its way overseas. Okay. It was mostly like there for maybe a couple of months, and then decided to make its way because it's like an anime type animation, right. So it's gonna have its fans all over the place. So those two movies came out, and they are like an R-rated type movie.
Okay.
But apparently, according to a lot of news articles, that's saying they're the two highest grossing R-rated movies since the pandemic.
R-rated.
Mm-hmm.
Why R-rated? Because of the murder and and the slaying and all that stuff.
That's pretty much what the R rating's for. But what do you think about that? The highest grossing movies since the pandemic.
All right, so I knew we were going to get into something like this today, and I really wanted to talk about it because I know a lot of people were going to say, well, the dad's been talking about how no one's going to go back to the theater, and they're starting to go back to the theater. I still stand firm on my belief that people are still watching them a lot on stream. These are great movies that came out, by the way. Have you seen both of them?
Yeah, I've seen both of them.
Yeah, I saw a little bit of the Mortal Kombat, maybe the first half hour, and it looks pretty darn cool.
I know the first 7 minutes are out on YouTube already.
Yeah,
you can watch before you watch the movie.
A lot of gore, that's for sure, but that's part of that franchise, I guess. It's just that's what they do. I had no doubt they were gonna have success either way. These movies have had some sort of a, like, how can I say it? They've had a really big push.
Like fan base?
Yeah, I think fan base, obviously fan base, but what I wanted to get to, it's an unpredictable. Nobody thought that they were gonna be this big. I don't think. But then, they now here we are, and they're doing super well. What I don't remember, are they out? They're out in theaters.
So Mortal Kombat was out both in theaters and HBO Max on the same day, so you can watch it at home or you can watch it in theater. That's
what it is, and I would like to know. I'm very curious what the numbers are in the theater. I'd like to know what the numbers are in the theater.
The Demon Slayer movie was only in theaters though, because it came from overseas.
But that's not doing as well as Mortal Kombat.
Not that I know of. Yeah. If it's not that.
Either way, I think it's awesome that they're out, and they're good movies. So I think it's
But are you still going on, because we would have those people that say, but Dad said theaters are dead, and these are the highest grossing movies ever. But here's the thing, is that a lot of the time, or at least from what I've seen recently, ever since they've been saying June, or at least our government, I don't know how everybody's is around the world, that we're trying to get by June that we really want to open everything up at that time. Now this is in our state, guys. Like I said before, it could be different in any other place. Some countries and states have different types of restrictions and all that due to the pandemic, but basically what they're saying is we want to open everything up by June. And then once companies heard that, they're like, okay, let's release our movies. Universal still yet to release Fast 9. Well, Fast 9's coming out June 25th, only in theaters. Same with 007. Same with Sing 2, that's coming out in December. The Minions movie, I think, is coming out mid-summer, I think after Fast 9. They didn't say when that was coming out, though. I think that might be something else. But you could say, well, here's the thing: is that a lot of the time, companies are just they're confused. They're like, we don't know what to do. Let's just wait until theaters come back. And I feel like this executive saying, "Ha, see, I told you,
Yeah.
they're coming back."
No, that's definitely gonna happen. Let's just say something out loud. Let's ask our listeners right now. Give me a thumbs up if you would go watch a movie right now in the theaters, and give me a thumbs down if you would not. I'm very curious to know how many would go see it in the theaters and how many would are still not comfortable going to the theater. I think what's happening is, I told you before, you're still gonna have your hardcore theater junkies that are gonna go see it in the theater, but I still think that they're gonna just do just as well or better streaming, you know. And it's very interesting to me that the Mortal Kombat one, they did theater and stream, you know. And I'm still a firm believer that Mortal Kombat did better on HBO Max. And just a couple of friends of mine that have HBO Max, that's the only place they saw it, you know. So I mean, I'm not saying that makes a huge of a difference, but I think that was the case. So I'll be very curious to see.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of the things that I think HBO, it honestly makes it one of the premium streaming services out there, because they said for all Warner Brothers movies coming out this year, all 18 of them, and there's only a couple that released so far, all going on HBO Max the same day as in theaters, all of them, no exceptions. Now, even though they still have a lineup near the end of the year, and by the time those theaters eventually open, or when the economy starts opening up, they're gonna say, no, I mean, HBO Max will still do that. I mean,
true.
We'll get a bunch of new subscribers, and then that's probably why, because their subscription or their service came out midst of the pandemic, in the middle of the pandemic.
What's the price of HBO Max? Do you know?
$15 a month.
See, that's not low exactly. I mean, but
it's not low, but you got to think about the value you're getting.
But you get a good.
You get movies on the same day, and you don't got to pay for them extra.
Yeah.
And you get originals. You get a bunch of other stuff. Well, that could be said with any other streaming service, because they're always going to do that. They're always going to say Disney original or Apple original with Apple TV. So they're always going to do that. But I think that's what
thumbs up here and thumbs down. We got Amina thumbs down. I mean, they would not go. Yeah. Sora said they would go.
Mm-hmm.
Hi to everybody.
Sora asked a question. He said, what made you live stream? Like, what was your purpose? Well, my dad kind of talked about this when we were out and about one time, when we can actually go out as people. And it was basically like he was always enthusiastic about the idea, and I was too. Like, I totally agreed that at first we were thinking about starting like a separate channel to do this type of stuff.
Yeah.
But then I realized, like, it's not really like the most worth it thing, because who knows who's gonna watch that. And plus, if you could see how like kind of consistent we are with our podcast now, that we don't do it so often, it would just kind of fall through. So adding it to this channel and seeing how people are reacting to it, like already active subscribers saying, oh, I like this. I mean, just right now, like, look at the chat and everything. So that was my decision to add it on this channel rather than start a new channel with it. But like I said, Dad was always thinking about doing some sort of podcast or some sort of thing that would really, get us out there.
Yeah, to add to that, and he's probably again a little shy in saying it, but this guy right here, he's been brilliant his whole life, and that's just because he's my son and whatever he's just been very, very, just on top of everything when it came to technology and gaming and everything like that. So the only thing that he was lacking a little bit was his ability to be social and be able to open up, a lot. And so that's why I told him that it would be great for him, to be able to open up on something like this where it's live, or even if it's, pre-recorded, but be able to be on camera and talk to people and let people ask questions and let him answer it. And now it's just, now it's like a regular, day at the office for him. But it's definitely helped a lot. And you guys have, been awesome by support. supporting this. And like he said, when we started, we're at 6,000 subs. It's amazing, man. I think when we actually started the channel, I think your channel was already like at 1,500 subs, I think, or 2,000 subs or something like that, right?
Yeah, something like that.
So I mean, it's a long time coming, and it's amazing. But that's kind of the idea we had, and again, not for 1 second did we tell each other, "Oh, we're gonna do this to get rich, or we're gonna do this to make money." Not at all. We didn't even think about that. We just wanted to, spend some time. This is a great time. This is a great way to spend time, and talk to each other, and and let each other speak their mind, and him for Cam to be open, be able to express himself, and what better way in this industry that he is very accustomed to, that I know nothing about, but he does, and he teaches me, and I learn. But that's the way we kind of got to where we're at now. So it's a good time.
It definitely is a good time. It really
Cue
is.
the tears.
But like you said, yeah, it is a really good time, and we'll continue doing it. We're already on 39. We're gonna be going to 40.
Yeah,
soon.
yeah. We're gonna keep doing it as long as you guys. There's a famous quote that a regional Mexican singer said back in the day, and that was his quote. Every time he would finish a concert, he said, "As long as my audience keeps clapping, I'll keep singing." And that's a good way of looking at it. For us, as long as you guys are still in it and still support, we'll always keep doing it. So that's kind of where we're at. Super H says, keep the amazing content. That's awesome. No, thank you guys so much for the support. You guys have shown so much, and couldn't do it without you guys. And here we are. Here we are. Don't make me cry, man.
But pretty much to end the first topic that we did, I don't know. I think we always said this is like theaters are not going to be like they were back in 2019, but I can see them slowly. I would say like companies are just going to do like streaming in theaters, like give them options. At that point, like it's probably better for the consumer, for like hardcore theater fans, and then people who just want to stay home and watch the movie.
I'm still very, very, very curious to see what's going to happen. This isn't over. It's not over yet. And I'm not saying it because of what I've been saying the whole way through, but it's going to be, I'm very curious to see what's going to happen, because just because people are going back to the theater and they're releasing movies now in the theater, it doesn't mean, like you just said, that's going to go back to 100%. Mm-hmm. The streaming competition is real. Yeah. I mean, it's truly real. This is going to be a very, very difficult competition for your, old brick and mortar theaters that sell popcorn and drinks. It's going to be very real competition. I think what's happening now is that there must be some sort of a deal where some of these production companies are going solely to theaters and saying, okay, we'll release it there, but you're gonna have to give us prime this and prime that, and the theaters are going, just release it here. But I think that the streaming part of it is still very much there. It is going to be very big competition, and it eventually is going to take over. The streaming is eventually going to take over. Theaters will slowly die, just like they are right now. I'm still a firm believer about that. I have nothing against them. It's just the practice of theaters, people going, driving, parking, buying tickets, popcorn, soda, food, is going to end. But I'm very curious to see this competition go. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun.
I think that's a good line to put it on, is that, they'll never have the numbers they had back in the day before quarantine. And one of the things is we have to realize definitely. Is theaters are still there. But what my dad said is, like, think about all the convenience and think about why all these companies now are just automatically starting streaming services. Mm-hmm. Like, why do you think Paramount just said, okay, Paramount Plus, let's do that. Let's add all of our channels from TV on here and new originals. Apple TV's been going strong since 2019. Disney Plus has been going really strong since 2019.
Yeah, super.
HBO Max released in the middle of a pandemic, which was probably the best place to release it,
True.
and just say, hey guys, we got all this. And also, by the way, new movies coming same day when they go in theaters on HBO Max, no additional fee. It's like, dude, you already got me hooked there. And then T-Mobile, what you said, T-Mobile's going to come out with one soon. And
Yes.
like,
And Netflix, I just heard on the radio 2 days ago, Netflix over the pandemic added 60 million subscribers.
you see what I mean?
Dude, is that insane? Is that insane? See, it's a no-brainer. But anyways, that's where we're at with that. Moving on, Cam Bam.
Yes, streaming is eventually going to be the future.
It's there. It's done. It's cemented in.
All right. The next topic is, so the GameStop CEO quit. He quit and he got a little good paycheck.
Man. This is very interesting. I read this. I just read this morning, and I was reading the article, and I was very, very surprised to see that he walked away. But I would have walked away too. He walked away to the tune of $170 million. So now the question is, was this in some sort of way, I don't want to say planned, but was this in some sort of way part of a bigger deal between other people? Or was this just, he's that good that he made GameStop relevant again and back in the industry and back worth hundreds of millions of dollars? So he goes, did my job, I'm out of here, give me my check, kind of thing. I don't know what it is, man. I don't know what it is because you know, I follow stock pretty good. You know, the stock market, I'm pretty avid at that, and I like it. I enjoy it. And you know, for those that don't know, GameStop stock
Just like boom.
just a year ago, in July, was trading at almost $1.90 a share. Okay, and then 6 months later, it went up like $20, and then 9 months later, it hit a high of almost $500 a share. Now, for people that know what I've been going on, there's a lot more involved. You know, the people at Reddit, which they hype up stocks and all that kind of stuff, were part of blowing this up to where it went. But now you have the CEO walking away with a check for $170 million. So there's a lot more to the story. But my bigger question is, with this exit, was this guy just put in place to do this, or is GameStop still relevant? What's the answer here? Like what's the reality? I mean, do you think GameStop is still in the business? They're still a big part of the gaming business? Or do you truly, I mean, I'm asking you because you're a super avid gamer, you're in the business, you know the ins and outs, you talk to people, you talk to companies. Let me ask it this way.
Okay.
Do you think that the gaming industry could survive without GameStop at all right now?
Here's a couple things that we can look at.
Okay.
Yes and no. And the reason I say yes and no is because, one, GameStop has trade-in with old games. So if you have a game, it's like, okay, I finished it, I don't need it anymore.
Right.
You can do that. I mean, you get Skittles and all that. I mean, you don't get anything worth out of your trade-in, but it's like you get something.
That's about all you get, a bag of Skittles for your trade. Don't they give you like 47 cents for each year that it's new or some stuff like that? Yeah.
You trade in a PS4 and you get $80.
Wow. See, that's horrible.
But
anyways, going back to
But
that.
here's the thing. The reason that's the no, so that was the yes part I was going to, because people still like doing that. But the no part is the digital stores of Xbox and PlayStation are blowing up. They have been blowing up since the pandemic.
And why are they blowing up?
Because it's easy.
Exactly.
You buy the games, download
So convenient.
them, boom, like that. It's always open, no closed. You can pre-order the game. Like, let's say if you pre-order a digital game.
Right.
You just got to wait until it comes out, and then boom, you have it. You don't got to go to a store.
And this is coming from a guy right here that was an avid GameStop shopper. Yes or no?
Yes.
You were in there almost every day, dude. I remember you calling me, Dad, I'm at GameStop. I'm getting this. I'm getting that. I mean, this guy was, I mean, GameStop should have gave him a hat and T-shirt and have him, show the love. But this is coming from a guy that was in there all the time. So it just goes to show. And now you're saying that the streaming portion of it is
more like buying it
100 times
digitally.
better.
Yeah.
Right. So that's the bigger question, man. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is here. I don't know where GameStop goes from here after the CEO just walked. I mean, the stock is still doing okay. It's at about $150 a share right now, which is pretty solid for the game of stocks. It's pretty solid. But it's going to be a very interesting next 6 to 8 months to see where GameStop goes from here. Now, let me tell you something. You and I know that GameStop's a huge name.
Yes.
I mean, they've been around for a while, man. For a while. So do I think they just fall out of the tree and die right now? I don't think so. Even with this CEO exit. But it's going to be very interesting, like I said, for the next 6 to 8 months. It's going to be crucial for them. There's a lot of stuff coming out. Obviously, new consoles are out already, Xbox and PS5.
If you can get them.
If you can get them. But I know there's a lot more games coming. There's a lot of other things coming. I'm just very curious to see if they're going to stay relevant or if they just close their doors. They were very close on closing their doors. They were shutting stores. They were closing stores right and left. You know that.
Yeah.
They were losing stores all over the place. So now I'm going to see. I'm very curious to know if GameStop stays alive. So
yeah, that's another thing. It's just like during the pandemic of 2020. Well, I mean, we're still going through it, but that was like prime year when it was happening.
Yeah, right in the middle of it.
Yeah, and they were just saying, open stores, don't open stores, wear masks, don't wear masks. We won't give you masks because we don't have any money. Yet the CEO walks away with however millions of dollars just to quit.
Right.
It's like, I don't know if they knew how to run their business. I mean, there was a board of directors who joined GameStop, I think 2019-ish, like when he left, because he was the president of Nintendo of America for a while.
Right.
And he joined the board of directors for GameStop, I think 2019, I believe. And then, like at the end of 2020, he's like, I'm out. I'm gone. I don't like this job anymore.
Yeah, I remember that. And that's when you and I were talking about, were these guys going to survive? Mm-hmm. And then this new CEO comes in, and he was only in that seat for what, like 7 months, 8 months, maybe?
I think so.
Somewhere around there. And he exits with $170 million. That's a hell of an exit, man.
That's retirement right there.
But still, you know what? It's so hard. It's so hard to know, man. This industry of big companies and trading and doing this and the other, it's so hard to tell, man. There's so much thing going on, behind the scenes. Mm-hmm. All we can see is, are people still going to the store? Are they buying stuff? Is the store still relevant? That's all we know. We don't know we don't know the background stuff. We don't know the behind the scenes, what's going on. But I'm really curious. I'm really curious to see how it's going to be in the next couple of months. Super H says, for my country, GameStop closed. All of them closed? Let us know. Was this Super H? Was that Germany? Was that from where it was from?
No.
No.
It was somebody else.
Oh, Super H. So where's Super H from? Let us know.
But here's the bottom line. Here's the bottom line is that digital downloads, I think, for games are gonna increase by every.
Well, you just said it. You just said it earlier. It's the same thing as streaming.
Yeah.
If you're sitting there and a new game comes out, you're gonna just push a couple buttons on your controller and you buy it, and now you have it. Mm-hmm. Are you still gonna have the people that want to go to the store and look at the wall of games and go, "Oh wow," and then, this and that, the other? Yes, but is it enough to sustain the brick and mortar stores? That's the big question. That's why I said it's going to be interesting for the next 6 to 8 months to see what happens after this guy leaves. Because the other part of it too is people's mentality sometimes is pretty interesting. People go off of morale of, wow, we have a good CEO. He's strong for this company. I feel good. I love, GameStop. and then this guy leaves with $170 million, and you're like, wait a minute, I thought you had our back.
No, I just had your money.
Yeah, what's going to happen to us now? See, and no, in all seriousness, the morale on that sometimes kills it. People get upset. Oh, he was just here for the money. He doesn't care about GameStop. Yada yada yada. So, I don't know. It's going to be interesting.
But overall, like my dad said, we'll see.
Super Rich from Puerto Rico.
Okay.
Puerto Rico. Oh, so everything closed. Everything closed over there. Okay, interesting. So yeah, see, I don't know. I don't know. It's gonna be. I keep saying it, but it's gonna be very interesting for the next 6 to 8 months. We'll see what happens.
We'll see. They'll have to see what goes on. I mean, we already have the new consoles. It's just about the new games that are coming right now. Because obviously we won't get another console for like another 8 years or so. But they're just gonna have to rely on
8 years. You think?
Well, we had to wait 7 years for the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox.
That's true.
So who knows how long this will take? Or maybe they won't even make one. Maybe they'll be like Nintendo and just say, "Hey guys, our Switch is selling. We released that back in 2017.
Right.
We don't need any more of that."
You never know.
You never know. But hopefully, we'll see what GameStop goes. If they go anywhere, or if they'll just plummet and they'll just say, "All right, close everything because our business is not working." And then only problem is that lays off a lot of employees, jobless, and that whole dramatic scene. So we'll just have to see how that goes.
Well, we'll see.
Maybe get jobs at like Sony or Xbox. Maybe they're hiring people for
I'm sure
store
they are.
management.
I'm sure they are.
So next one is that the game mode Call of Duty Warzone, which is a game we've played a few times actually.
Yeah. Fun game.
Yeah, it's fun. Apparently, but
I'm a fun game. It's so fun. It's so fun game.
But apparently, there's cheaters. There are cheaters.
There's always cheaters with everything.
Yeah, but they like to cheat. Like they like to just automatically win. They like to take people's.
So this is a very interesting topic. Mm-hmm. Very quickly though, I want to say everybody that's on the chat, thank you for being on the chat. Hit a like, guys and gals. Please hit a like. Show the love on the channel. Hit a like if you can. I know you can. Hit a like. Thank you very much. This is a. Sorry, I had something on my on my mouth. What was I gonna say? This is a very, very interesting topic. I think you and I were playing a game. Oh no, you showed me a video once that you made of you were playing somebody online, and something happened, and all of a sudden you started saying, "Oh, but you're cheating. You're cheating." They were throwing something or doing something. You remember this game?
Yeah, no, it was a recent video I did. It was an explanation. I wasn't playing against anyone. It was just a video showing an explanation of what cheaters are doing.
But you were playing against somebody.
One time, yeah, but they weren't that at that time because I know what you're talking about. At that time, it wasn't cheating. It was just knowing the rules. The cheats that are happening here are where people install something in their computer. They download like a little hack or something, and they put it in the game.
And you don't know anything about it until
it goes past the software, and it's like nobody can download this on their consoles or computer because the problem is it's like, well, dude, you're eventually gonna get banned. Like, but the company has said that they banned over 500,000 accounts manually.
Wow,
manually.
That's amazing.
But I mean, there's like 100 million people playing that game though, so that's just like that's like a dent.
It's true. It's not even a dent, but it is a big problem, dude. I mean, okay. Let me back up.
Yeah.
Let me ask you again because you're the pro here.
Okay.
Let me ask you and just answer it with one word. Mm-hmm. Is it a problem?
Yes.
Okay. There it is. Now, give me an explanation of why it's a problem.
Well, here's a problem, is that the game is cross-platform, meaning that you can play with anybody regardless of platform online. So if you're playing PlayStation, you could be playing someone that's on Xbox, or you can play with someone that's on PC.
Right.
Now, PC, which is the computer, gaming computer, that's where most of the people who are cheating comes from, because if you're on a computer, you can install so many things, change files, so many things that console players cannot do. Because the thing is like, the hardware that's in the console is in, and there's very little changes you can do. With PC, you can change a whole bunch of things. That's pretty much like an unlimited type graphics thing that you can do. And the problem is that since it's crossplay and you have to deal with a lot of that stuff, you never know if you're going to... They don't tell you that you're going to be in a cheater, or if the game stops, like, the game just keeps going. It's like, oh, that guy's cheating. He's obviously, like, shooting me through this wall right here that's, like, hunk of metal. You can't shoot through that. And he's like... It's like, okay, what
But
the
that's
hell?
something they set up prior to the game. The cheater. That's a code he puts in or some sort and is able to shoot through that wall.
Yeah, there's like hacks or something that you can buy physically and download
Ah, there lies the problem.
them.
You just said it right now. Okay, I wasn't aware of this. So that there lies the problem. You're able to buy these things. Okay, so there it is.
But the director of that game said it's such a bad thing that it's ruining my best work I've ever done. Which he's right. I mean, it's like you don't want players to play a game. It's like I can't play
Yeah,
because there's cheaters and stuff.
unfortunately, this is always going to exist. I mean, it existed with the music industry, and it still exists with pirating music. With the movie industry, and it still exists pirating movies. With TV, it still exists. You know, people steal TV channels from different places and watch it in certain platforms or whatever it may be. It's always going to exist, man, and it's. I know it's a big problem, but it's sad to say that I don't think this goes away. There's
Also, you got to think about the game is free to play, meaning you just download it and go. You don't got to pay for anything. You just download it and then it's there. So people, they can get banned as many times as they want, but they can just like, oh, I'll just make a new account and just download it right there. I don't got to buy it. It's free. So that's a different problem too.
Oh, that's okay. I didn't know that. So that's interesting there. Okay, so let's dig a little bit deeper on that because that is interesting. So you could get banned, but you could just start another account.
Mm-hmm.
That easy? You just need what? An email, a new email,
Mm-hmm.
a new number, phone number, whatever maybe.
The thing is, like, well, a lot of people are ranting about on Twitter, and what they're begging to do is, you know how on computers there's antivirus software,
It's interesting.
where if you install this software, it's like, okay, we'll protect your computer from viruses, like that's what we're made to do.
Right.
A lot of people are saying, well, why not do an anti-cheat software and install that in your game so you can tell the moment of somebody's cheating, you can stop the game or like kick them out, do whatever. Like just something that auto detects, because right now they're just doing everything manually from employees, which that's a lot of workload to ban like 500,000 people from however many people.
For sure.
And keep in mind that don't say it costs too much when Call of Duty alone, from all their games in 2020, 1 year, made $3 billion in 1 year. That's a lot of stacks that you could be putting towards your game and making more hardware. Like that's the whole point of making that money. Not just sitting it there so it looks good. It's like, hey honey, look, I made my $3 billion right there. What should we do with it? I don't know.
This is very interesting. Thank you everybody on the chat. Guys and girls that are just jumping on. Thank you for jumping on. We have the voice of Logan Underwood. You know that person?
Yes.
Said hello, Mr. Fernandez. What is up? I don't know if he's talking about you or me, but we're both the same, Fernandez. So there we are.
So what do you say to that though?
What's the one with the J?
The J?
On yeah. All the way to the bottom. Yeah. I have a question that says there.
Oh, Jose.
Jose. The Hedgehog Heroes. You have a question? What's your question, buddy? This is it's very tricky, dude. Mm-hmm. You can't get rid of it. First of all, there's no way to get rid of it. It's like it's just what's been happening in all the other industries, and you can't stop it. Mm-hmm. There's pirating going on right this minute, and it's been going on for a very long time. How do you stop this? I don't know. How do you correct this? I don't know. Like you just said, they've closed 500,000 accounts, but then 1 million more show up. You know, but here's the pickle. Here's the pickle. These companies, they thrive on subscriptions, right? May it be monetary or not. A subscription starts, they're glad it started because they're eventually going to sell something to that account, right? So, okay, so they close an account because they cheated, but then that same person opens an account, the company goes, "Oh, thank you for opening an account. Welcome." They don't know it's the cheater, right? So how do you correct that? How do you correct that?
Well, there is one thing. So there's a game
Please
called.
tell me, because
I think
I
I
have
told
no
you this
idea.
before. There was a game called Apex Legends. Now that game is free to play. You just download it and you can play. And it did have issues with cheaters, and it still kind of does because, as you said, cheater thing's not going away, and I agree with that. Because
Right.
cheaters happen all the time. But what they did for their software was say, if a person is cheating and really abusing the system, their entire IP gets banned, meaning that their hardware, their computer, that's banned. You cannot play that game on that computer.
Now, are they avidly doing that though?
They're still doing that.
So by doing the IP thing, then you're completely banned.
You can't even start it on that computer. You have to buy a new computer.
You have to buy a new computer. See, now that is different. But who's doing that? Who's doing the whole IP thing?
It's a different game, though. It's not the same company.
See, there lies the other pickle. It might be a smaller pickle, but it's a pickle. Because now you cancel out the IP, this person is completely out until they get a new console or new computer. So that's different, dude. That's different. That means business.
Yeah.
For them to do that, that means business. They just lit you on fire, and that's it. I don't know. That's interesting.
Warzone, take some advice from that, man. Maybe
so who's doing the IP thing? The canceling the IP thing. Who's been doing that?
It's Apex Legends, and that's owned by EA Games. So EA owns that.
Oh, EA Games means business, man.
Yeah, they don't like it when you mess with their money.
They're like, oh no, we're not just canceling your little email account, dude. We're shutting down your IP, homie. See, that's hardcore right there. I mean, that's the way it should be. But again, it's such a mess with the business that I don't know, man. It's that's gonna be a hard one. Jose is asking. Question is: the gamer have a controller pro?
My controller is Control Pro. Are you talking about the Switch? The Switch Pro or the Switch Controller Pro is pretty good. Like the fat controller, not the Joy-Cons, but the controller you use. I think that's what he's talking about. So those controllers are pretty cool.
Is it hard to connect? What did it say? Is it hard to connect my Easy SMX controller to my Switch?
Sometimes it depends on connections. Don't know exactly. I haven't seen those yet. But
I was going to answer, but my answer's not going to work because I know nothing about that.
But if we go back to that,
so back to that topic, it's a pickle, dude.
Yeah,
it is a nasty pickle. Listen, everybody has this problem as far as streaming and production companies. Everybody has this problem. How do they deal with it? Everybody deals with it differently, but it's something that's always going to happen, and that part of the correction is always gonna it's always gonna evolve as well. You know, the cheaters get better, but the security gets better too. You know, like that, like getting rid of your IP, that's hardcore, dude. Like that's like erasing your IP or getting rid of your IP, saying, dude, you will not set foot in this house again. You know, unless there's a new human. Yeah, there's a new human in front of the door. That's pretty hardcore. Now, here's the bigger question. Why isn't everybody across the board getting rid of IPs?
Because they don't have the same software as other companies do.
Okay, but here's the problem. I'm sure that these billion-dollar companies, besides EA Sports or EA Games, could get that technology, could get that software and install it and be done with it. Why are they not, though?
Because too much money.
no, it's not that. I think that if cheating was that big of a problem for them, they would do that. So that's where I lie with that. I just think that, you know, that's what it is. If they really wanted to get rid of that problem, they go, oh, let's erase this guy's IP. Boom, done. Doesn't return, and the cheater's like, wait, man, it's not working. It's gone. Damn. So I think the bigger question here is, why isn't every company doing that? There has to be a reason why they're not doing the Let's erase the IP. They're done. They're done cheating. If they want to return to this thing, they need a whole new computer, or they need to spend $1,500 on something. That's hardcore, dude. That is hardcore. That's hardcore. So that's the big question there.
We'll just have to see. I think companies are learning because for Activision, this is their first type of like free to play title on like consoles and PC. So they didn't really see the cheating, like really thinking it was going to impact them as much.
Yeah.
But when it's a free to play game and anybody can play it on any platform, can just go download it and go. That's when you're going to have a lot of people just saying, so it's free. I got no consequences. I didn't spend $60 on this because it didn't cost nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just do that anyway. And since so many people are playing it almost every day, every hour or something, it's just like you really have to, because they're still updating it and giving it stuff. So you really have to look at the players and look at your employees who are saying, dude, like why do we have to manually do this? Like why do we have to go in everybody's account, check everybody's like little thing, and do it from there?
Well, okay. I see where you're going with this, but here lies the issue. Mm-hmm. Companies aren't going to do it until their bottom line is hit. When the CEOs see their account a little bit lighter, they're going to go, hey, Frank, yeah, what's going on with the accounts, dude? My paycheck was a little low this time. Well, boss, the hackers are hitting us pretty hard. All right, let's get Jimmy and John and Jose on this and figure this out. That's what's going to happen. I think that right now companies aren't getting hit hard enough for them to say, okay, let's get rid of this. When they do, trust me. Look what just happened with look at this big thing going on with Netflix. If you haven't read up on it, they came out publicly to say, okay, this password sharing crap is getting out of hand, and we're losing hundreds of millions of dollars. They came out publicly and said it. So they said, nobody knows what they're doing, but they're doing something about it. But they said they got together with this company and they're working on a software that's going to make that disappear. How are they going to do it? What they're going to do? We don't know yet. But it is definitely a problem. Now, that's not exactly cheating or hacking, but that's password sharing. Dun, dun. But to them, again, this is my point. Their bottom line is getting hit. The executives are sitting at the table going, hey, dude, we're losing hundreds of millions of dollars with these people sharing the damn account. Those people show up in their own account. So the bottom line is getting hit, so they're doing something about it. And that's the way it's going to be, until they get hit pretty hard and they're starting to lose money. That's when the company goes, okay, we got to do something about this, man. It's getting out of control. Yeah. So we'll see. Let's see what happens.
I mean, there was even a time where a professional Call of Duty player who's played Call of Duty for almost a decade now.
Yeah.
And he was playing the new Warzone that we were just talking about. And he noticed the hacker situation. And he made a video on YouTube saying why I'm quitting Warzone. Like, he just made I think a 10-minute video or something describing why. And it was mostly because hackers, stuff like that we just mentioned. And I think like an hour, maybe a day after that video was posted, there was an article saying like, oh, Activision is talking to this person on why he's quitting Warzone. It's like, he just made a video talking to you why.
Yeah.
So like a professional player got the attention of the big company to say why the hell are you quitting, man? You are like top star. It's like, well, your game's full of cheaters. Why would I want to play that?
Yeah, see, exactly. That's a good point. Something like that, the company has to go, hey, we're losing good players, dude. We got to do something about that. That's a very, very good point. Jose asked, and why do cheaters get better? It's just like technology. They, when technology gets better, not only do real players get better, but the cheaters and hackers get better. That's just the way it is. It's always been that way. And it's true. It's true.
This password sharing crap.
Yeah. Super H asks, my question is, why is Netflix removing favorite movies and series? My theory behind that, from what I know is, and whoever doesn't know, this is me, reading a couple articles. Netflix, unless it's a Netflix original movie or series, they pay $1 bajillion to have movies and TV series on their platform.
Friends is a good example.
The show Friends is a perfect example. The last 2 years that Netflix had the show Friends on there, Netflix paid the series $100 million per year to have it on their platform for 12 months. That's, dude, that is a ton of money for 12 months to have it on their platform. So they pay a lot of money. So I think that's basically what they do. You know, they show a favorite movie of ours for, I don't know, they have it on there for maybe 6 months or a year. And then if they can't come to a negotiation with that movie or that production company, and the production company asks for too much money, they'll take it off their platform. They have to take it off their platform. They don't own it. So that's why a lot of movies move a lot of times, and a lot of series move. Now, obviously Netflix is coming out with a lot of originals, movies and TV series. But yeah, that's why a lot of these platforms, they just move a lot of movies because sometimes it's too expensive just to have them on there.
There was an article talking about not only just Friends, but I think it was one of the Despicable Me movies that was just so top watched on Netflix, and it was just removed, and everybody was like, God damn it.
Yeah, it's just, what happens too is, that's a perfect example. Despicable Me. Because Netflix isn't the only one profiting from this, obviously, right? Yeah. The production company that made the movie profits right off the top by putting it on their platform. They get paid for that. But then they also get paid for the success on the movie on that platform. So if Despicable Me is getting watched 100 million times a month, they get a premium on that. But then guess what? Come a year later, when they got to renegotiate to keep it on that platform, the production company goes, we want 500 million this time to put it on the platform. And Netflix goes, well, we can't afford that. So they take it off. And that's the nature of the business, you know? And that's why the movies, there's so much turnaround on movies and TV series. That's the way it works.
But if you're talking about like original Netflix stuff, I don't think that's going anywhere.
Well, that's their stuff. So that's totally okay. That'll always be there. But stuff that they have to buy or pay to be on the platform, that's different, you know?
But I got a next topic talking about Netflix, actually. Hey, guys, it's my birthday. Well, happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Is that what you're going to say? Happy birthday? Whose birthday?
Happy birthday, Courtney, the angel hog.
Jesus, you need some water, dude? What the hell's going on with you?
I couldn't read.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Thank you for hanging out with us on your birthday here in the chat. Happy
Kaylin,
birthday.
Benedict, sup. Sup.
Everybody in the chat, thank you guys so much for hanging out. This is awesome. You guys are awesome for the questions you're asking and hanging out. Thank you. Mr. Cam Bam the Man. Next topic, sir.
All right. So talking about Netflix, Sony, I think this was made about a month ago, I believe. Sony had an agreement with Netflix to release all their new movies, all their new upcoming movies to theaters and Netflix. So Sony said, here, Netflix, you get to take all of our new movies, but we're going to release them in theaters first, and then I think like a week later we'll put them on Netflix for people to watch.
Wow. That's still huge, though.
Yeah.
I mean, was there an issue with that, or was that just something they presented?
No, because Sony's had a really good relationship with Netflix. I see a lot of Sony movies on Netflix all the time.
That's actually that's a big win for Netflix. Mm-hmm. Because I mean, we know how the movie industry is and how popular it is with good movies, especially. And Sony has a lot of good movies, man. A lot of good movies.
Bad boys.
Yeah, exactly. I see that as a big win for Netflix, even if it's a month later from the theaters. I mean, to have all those movies on there, dude, ka-ching. That is a big, big win. And to be able to have them a week later after the theater, that means a lot. That's a big. Is that a done deal?
I think they're still talking about like which movies are gonna work, but the CEO of Sony Pictures pretty much said like almost all of our movies are going to Netflix.
Here's a whole catalog. Dude, I wonder what Netflix pays for that.
Was it Netflix or was it Sony deciding? Because Sony was delayed a lot of their titles.
Okay, well, let's discuss this just a little bit. If it's Sony saying, "Oh, here, Netflix, just show our movies," right? You can have you can have the whole catalog. Just put it all on your platform. What's behind that? No one works for free here, Sonny. There's something going on there, right?
That is true.
If not, did they have a negotiation and did Netflix say, "Hey, let me have your whole catalog, and we'll pay you X amount of dollars," and those must be some big X's. But that's awesome, dude. Sony has, I mean, we just said it right now, ton of good movies. That's going to be very, very interesting.
So I will see what Sony says. I mean, right now I think they're just making the agreement. So, and none of their movies have made it to Netflix yet or in theaters yet. I mean, a lot of them have been delayed till next year or until like the
what's in line right now for Sony to release?
So I think for Sony to release is a Spider-Man movie coming out in December, and then there's not too many I remember, but I know that there's a few. I don't know too many Sony movies right now.
Okay.
But that's what they said. Like their whole end of 21 to their 2022 catalog is going to be on Netflix.
Okay. Well, still, I think that's still a good win for Netflix.
It's surprising. I wonder if Sony's doing that again. What if Sony's doing that, testing it, and saying, "All right, Netflix, we're going to start our own streaming service now called Sony Plus," which I don't think it's going to be called that. That would be stupid.
There's been no rumors of that, right? Of Sony starting anything?
No.
I mean, listen.
Disney did that.
They released a lot of it.
Well, because they were testing the waters with Netflix, because a lot of their movies went to Netflix too before they started Disney Plus. So they're like, "All right, we're starting Disney Plus. Get all your Netflix movies off there. Yeah, it's all ours now."
Started Disney Plus. They're like, "Give me that. You had it long enough. Let's put it on our platform."
I think it's a test. They want to see how it goes.
It could be a test, but you know what? You know what this is all doing? This is all making Netflix grow even more. Okay? First and foremost, I just said it earlier. Over the pandemic, Netflix added, what did I say?
60 million.
60. That's what I heard on the radio. 60 million subscribers. Dude, that is a nose full of boogers, dude. Okay? That's a lot. That's a lot. Yeah. I mean, as a matter of fact, I could be wrong with this, but I think that the Netflix platform is the biggest platform in the world right now that has the most subscribers, if I'm not mistaken. I think it has over 150 or 170 million subscribers. Dude, that's just mind-boggling, dude. Mind-boggling.
I think Disney's in second place because they recently surpassed 100 million subscribers now.
Okay, but just imagine. And you know what? Netflix could be probably more. I got to look it up. But just imagine at $10. Just put it at $10 each. Oh, Dios mío. Dude, that is bucks, bro. Anyways, all this is just making Netflix grow even more. Even if they're just using Netflix as a stepping stone to go to the next big thing. Yeah. It's just making Netflix grow.
Well, think about this, though. A lot of streaming services wouldn't have started without Netflix. Netflix is pretty much the pioneer of a lot of things.
Pioneer, absolutely the pioneer.
Yeah.
You can't say anything about that. No way. What was before Netflix? Blockbuster. Please rewind the movie, sir. Or we're going to charge you 50 cents on your account.
Rewind or return?
I don't know if anybody watching right now actually knows about that. You guys are probably all too young for that, but back in the day it was Blockbuster Video. Jose put, I have this question for you for the chat. I have a PS4 credit card. What you guys want me to buy games or what? COD points? COD
so,
points?
Yeah, PlayStation released like a little credit card thing that you
okay.
can use. I think you get like PlayStation points or something like that.
Okay. He just retracted the message. I don't know what happened.
But like we said, yeah, Netflix started everything. Well, actually, Netflix wasn't always like this. If we go back, it was always like, all right, you get to mail your movies. We'll get you there. It's coming.
That was Redbox, remember?
It was Redbox,
which was part of Netflix, or Netflix bought it, or something like that.
I don't know if Netflix bought it. They could have bought it, but Redbox was doing movies and games, so I don't know if Netflix was going to be a part of that because I know Redbox stopped doing the game thing. Now they're just doing movies. But Netflix started pretty much as that, where you get your movies mailed and then return them.
Right.
And they're like, you know what? F this. Let's just stream the movies.
Let's just do it digital, buddy.
And then they just blew up like nothing else because there were so many movies and shows to watch.
Yeah. Well, see now, Amina the Cat put Netflix or Hulu. I don't think Hulu's big enough. Do you agree?
I mean, it's owned by Disney, but either way, I don't think it's as big as Netflix.
Yeah. But to answer your question, I still prefer Netflix. I think.
Because you got to pay extra for the ads and stuff.
Well, see, the way I see Netflix now, they're like an Amazon. They were the pioneer for what they're doing, and they're still on top, and they're so powerful.
Yeah.
They're so powerful, and they have so much backing them, and they have so much money to back what they want to do. You know, I mean, for a company to pay a TV show $100 million for 12 months, dude, that's
saying something.
They got some deep pockets and a lot of power behind them. So
a lot of that money then they used for their own series that they can make and own movies they can make too. It's like you can't see this movie unless you go on Netflix because we made it.
Very true.
So that's just. I mean, I think the one movie that was in theaters with Netflix was the Irishman. I think it was called that. It was like a 3-hour Martin Scorsese movie.
Yeah, with Robert De Niro and they had a lot of good actors on there. Al Pacino. Excellent movie.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent movie. But that just goes to show how powerful of a movie they created themselves. You know, with their own production company, their own, people. That's a heavy hitter, man. That is a heavy, heavy hitter. So, yeah, I just think that I compare Netflix to Amazon. They're just the leader of the group. They're very big, very powerful. And I don't see them getting thrown off the pedestal anytime soon. So moving on, son.
They will still continue to make a lot of things, and companies will learn from that. So, that's what I was saying at the beginning, or mid-beginning, was if Sony is putting all their movies to Netflix and theaters, that Sony is going to look at this, they're going to learn, and they're going to be like, all right, guys, like a couple of years from now, they'll be like, okay, we did so well with Netflix, but we don't need you anymore. We got this.
Yeah,
it's like,
of course.
Okay, then.
Of course.
I just don't think, because we talked about this, the competition of streaming things. I think Sony's looking at that, and they're saying, we don't want to create our own one in the midst of this. So that was the decision to just say, let's just put our movies on Netflix because it's already a well-developed platform.
Established, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So I don't think they want to make their one right now, considering how crazy the market is with all these streaming services in one.
Though. There's so much competition.
Yes.
There's how many streaming companies are there now? There's 10. I mean, it's just, it's gonna be crazy. It's going to be crazy.
I think Sony already has a good... Well, actually, I mean, they've been having a good relationship with Netflix because a lot of the movies that I've seen on their catalog of Netflix's search thing, most of them have been Sony-owned movies.
Well, let me say this. Sony is also very smart. Very smart. They're playing it very smart to be nice with Netflix. We play nice play. Yeah. You know why? I just said it. Mm-hmm. Netflix is a monster in the industry. If I was a production company, I wanted to play nice with them and say, cool, let's work together. Here's a movie of mine. You want to put it on your platform? How much will you pay me for the platform? I'll pay you $5. Done. You can pay me those $5 over 5 years. Just put it on your platform. It means a lot to be on their platform. It means a lot. Hundreds of millions of people watch it. So it's also, on the other end of it, it's also good to play nice with them and be good to them, Unless you're a big hitter, maybe like Disney or Universal or something, maybe you could fight with them a little bit and say, no, you need to pay us this much because you're a big company. But it's also good to be nice to them and play ball with them because, again, they are a very, if not the biggest, they're a very big hitter in the industry. So play nice. Get your movies on there.
I think Sony will continue to play nice in this new agreement that they made, and pretty much the relationship they've had for a long time.
Sure.
So I don't think Sony is gonna rip that, because I think not only from their box office profits that they've made from Spider-Man movies and the Bad Boys 3.
Yeah.
I think they're just gonna say, we get our secret pockets from Netflix.
Of course.
You hear about that?
Of course.
So, and PlayStation. You guys hear about that too? Sony just owns like a lot of things.
Yeah.
Jesus. TVs.
But they're smart.
Yeah, they're smart. They're smart. They'll do what they have to do to release these movies. But
moving on.
Next one, and this is like the last one here.
Yes.
This one's just kind of a thought one. This one isn't really an article. It was just one I came up with. Okay. So we know the Simpsons TV show, right?
Iconic.
Yes. So it's been on for 32 years.
Jesus, that long?
Yes, 32 years. So Disney and Fox are planning to renew it for two more seasons.
Isn't this amazing?
32 years?
Isn't this amazing?
I wasn't born. It was 1987 it was first aired.
That is unbelievable. Wow, what a run, dude. Mm-hmm. What a run. Something that was drawn on a piece of paper and said, I got these characters. Let's just do and put some voices to it. That's unbelievable. Wow, what a run.
The amount of celebrities they got in the show in the long run, too, is crazy. Like they got Patrick Stewart.
That is impressive, man.
They had Bryan Cranston.
Oh, dude, they've been through so much, man. So much. And look at Universal; they show a lot of love to them with the rides and stuff that they have on the whole town, right? What is that called?
Springfield.
They got the donut place. They got the food place. They got characters that are built on statues. Quickie Mart. They got the ride.
Yeah.
They got the little fair area that looks like Springfield Fair. I guess I don't know what the hell they call it. But that says a lot. That is huge. Wow, I didn't know it was that long, man.
Well, for years and years it's gone along. It's always been Fox's top property. It was always their top property. They were like, okay, listen, this is our top property, so don't mess with this.
Yeah.
Simpsons is our number one thing. We made a movie. We made a crap load of video games on this.
Yeah.
And our show is still popping. I think there's books and stuff like that too. I don't know.
There's everything, dude. There's everything.
Toys, merchandise, everything.
It's been so successful.
Fox has been like, just boop, boop, boop. That's mine. Yep. And now that Disney owns Fox now, Disney's like, give me that money. That's mine now.
Oh,
it's like,
yeah.
And then
very
Fox is
smart.
Like, he's like, okay, Dad, okay.
Yeah, very smart by Disney. Very smart by Disney.
But the fact is that Universal, the parks said, despite the fact that Disney now owns Fox, which does own The Simpsons, they're saying, oh, no, we're going to keep this here because the agreement's already in ink. You can't change that. Like, it's like, because in Universal Orlando,
right,
they still have like some Marvel stuff. And now, since Disney owns Marvel back in like 2009-ish, and they're saying like, no, they're not going to do that. It's already written in ink. They can't just change the agreement and say.
Part of the park. It's very interesting, though.
There's no room.
It's interesting to think about it, though. Like Universal Hollywood, obviously whoever's been there knows that Springfield is huge.
Yes.
I mean, it's a huge part of the park. Huge part of the park. But just think about this. That could happen in the future. Yes, it stays there. But a whole new Springfield pops up in Disneyland. Do you think that would ever happen?
I don't know. It could.
You think people would accept that?
Well, it's a family-friendly park. I don't know if they appreciate The Simpsons as much.
That would be very interesting.
Well, if they're creating that next layer of Disneyland that we talked about, maybe, we don't know. They can create Springfield in general and just say, here's Homer's house. Here's Ned Flanders' house.
True.
Here's the Quickie Mart.
True.
Here's the donut place.
True.
But here's
a bigger question. Is The Simpsons Disneyland, though?
Wow.
Is it part of It's a Small World After All? Is it part of Pirates of the Caribbean? Is it part of Splash Mountain? Is it part of Matterhorn? Is The Simpsons Disneyland? What do you think? What's your opinion?
I don't know if they're that kind of iconic, like the rides you named, like, because those are all rides at Disneyland, which have been there for years.
Right, but what I mean is the show The Simpsons, or the franchise The Simpsons, is it Disneyland? Does it fit there?
Possibly could fit there, yeah.
You think so?
Could. I just think...
Kaylin says nope.
But I just think that, Simpsons has been on for a very, very long time, decades now. Fox didn't know where exactly the property was going to go in terms of... It was just a TV show. They may have thought...
but they knew, dude. They knew. I mean, this is a show that's been running for over 30 years.
Yes.
I mean, just imagine. I mean, dude, they could play this for 100 years. They got so much material, so much content of this. They could run it for. There's gonna be reruns for 50, 60 years. I mean, they're gonna make a ton of money just on reruns. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, I know the show's still being produced and
Yeah.
new shows are coming out, but just imagine the reruns on this.
Well, the thing is, it makes a lot of good predictions. If you've seen those
Yeah,
online
it's
of
true, it's true.
the
It's very
Simpsons
interesting.
making creepy ass predictions that people are still discovering to this day
That's hilarious.
about what Toys R Us,
Yeah.
President Trump being elected,
That's
or
hilarious, yeah.
that was a big one.
Yeah.
What else? I mean, there was a lot of things that they predicted that really came true. Something about the Olympics, like a certain team winning,
Right.
and they won, or a certain soccer team winning, which the Brazil
Yes,
episode
it's
was the
very
most
interesting.
controversial one
Yeah.
because they're like, "Hey, look, we predicted who won the World Cup," and then the Brazilians were like, "F you." It was just luck, you know.
Yeah.
They didn't win.
Yeah. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting, man. Disney owning them now. It's gonna be interesting the next couple of years. We'll see.
You're like, Fox already knew it was gonna be a
Oh,
smash
no.
hit.
Dude, they knew it was gonna be big, and then by Disney buying them, you know, Disney already knew. I mean, they were ready to write a check. You know, they were just like, I mean, you know.
Well, you're surprised that the actors are still there. Like nobody's been replaced since 1987.
Well, what's his name was replaced, right, or taken off?
Well, Apu the character,
Right.
but the actor still plays other characters.
Oh, he's
on the show.
still doing it.
Yeah,
Oh, okay,
yeah, yeah.
cool.
So, but you want to know why the actors are just still there, even though they're like in their like 60s or 50s
Why?
or something? Because they get paid a mighty check.
Oh, dude, of course. I thought you were gonna say something else. That's a no-brainer, of course. And the lady that does
Marge
Bart
or Bart
does 3 other ones, right?
Yeah.
That's amazing. Whoever hasn't seen that, actually, I just recently saw a YouTube video of her actually speaking like all these characters. I was like left with my mouth open. She is amazing. I don't remember her name. Do you know her
Nancy
name?
Cartwright.
What is it?
Nancy Cartwright.
Go look at a YouTube video of Nancy Cartwright. It is amazing how she does these voices. I had to learn just recently that was her that did all these voices. I was like, what? But
Mostly boys.
yeah, it's iconic. Go check it out. But anyways,
But apparently, according to some articles, they didn't really like go out on what they paid. But it's like, oh, some of them got paid like $100,000 per episode.
yeah,
I was like,
well deserved. The hell are you talking about? Well deserved. Are you kidding me?
they're not gonna say no.
No, of course not, dude. This show's been running for over 30 years. Are you kidding me? Give them what they want.
They're probably getting paid more.
They want a new Ferrari to drive every day. Give them a new Ferrari 7 days a week.
But Fox is like, we're already making so much money off the show now.
Yeah,
we
of
can
course.
we can pay you anything.
Of course.
But guys,
That's awesome. We'll see.
this has been the Gamer and the Dad number 39 with the
Dude.
amazing dad.
The amazing Cam Bam the man. I love you to death, dude. You're awesome. You're the best. I love you. Guys, thank you so much for watching another episode with us and hanging out so much. Thank you for all your questions. Thank you for hanging out in the chat. Thank you for the likes. Remember to support with subscribing if you haven't already. Like button. Hit the bell for notifications for everything coming up. Thank you guys so much. Again, thank you for the love and support you guys show. And we will
There's a
see you.
question by Blue. She says,
Question.
"What about the Simpsons movie? Have you guys seen it?"
We had seen it once.
Yeah,
it
it's
was
great.
It was
It's
pretty
great.
fun.
It's fun. Whoever hasn't watched it,
Have
check
that-
it out. Check it out. Thank you guys so
It
much.
is on
We will
Disney Plus,
see
by the
you next time. Remember to always
Stay humble.
be safe,
Be safe.
be humble, guys.
Wait. Be safe. Stay humble. Leave a like. Please leave a like.
Yeah.
Do that for Dad. Dad needs a like.
Yeah, leave a like. Thank you guys so
Hit
much.
the bell for notifications. No, not the Taco Bell. The actual bell on the button. There's a button that says bell. So hit the bell icon for notifications whenever we go live or whenever a new video comes out. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, stay safe, stay humble, and be yourself.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks,
See you
guys.
guys soon.
We'll see you soon.